with the Dudes of Horror, we're finally back. We're gonna have a fun review tonight. We're gonna review the 1988 B movie classic Killer Klowns from Outer Space, written by the Kyoto brothers, directed by Stephen Kyoto.
Kyoto or Kyoto? I don't know.
Kyoto.
I don't know.
Did they say Kyoto?
I think it's Kyoto.
I thought it was Choi.
Whatever. But they call themselves Kyoto brothers, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is just a great movie. Like like what we were just talking about right now. Like
A great shitty movie.
Yeah. I always refer to this as the greatest B movie ever. Like, I can't think of a better B movie. Like, to me, this tops like Toxic Avenger. This is just, to me, in my opinion, this is just the holy grail of B movies.
Yeah.
So, like, essentially the whole plot is it's like an alien invasion movie, but the aliens look like clowns. I guess they are. I don't know. Like,
well, they're not really clowns. They're aliens.
They're aliens.
According to the movie.
They come from a planet, I guess, where like everyone's like clowns, and everything about them is like circus clown themed, and all the kills are like, and essentially they're here to harvest humans because they eat us, and they
Sorry.
They don't eat us. They trap us. Yeah, they basically trap us in
cocoons made out of cotton candy.
Yeah, and use a big silly straw to drink our blood.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, he's Damien, by the way. I'm Toots.
Oh yeah.
And I'm Warren Boy.
I keep forgetting to do the intros.
Yeah, but no, like you were saying, Damien. Yeah, it's pretty much what it is. But
it's just a great movie.
Yeah, I love the gags in terms of the weapons they use, like the cotton candy gun, the popcorn gun, these little popcorn kernels that, well, I mean, they're already like popcorn, but they basically form other aliens.
Yeah.
And my favorite is the acid pies that they kill the security guard.
Those are crazy. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, and I like the one character I had an issue with, although it's very understandable because he was very cliche, was the older cop.
Oh god.
Played by John Vernon, and I have no problem with John Vernon. I think he was a good actor. Like, he comes out in a bunch of other movies, like Dirty Harry and stuff like that. But he always plays like the authority figure, and I like how this entire time he's just paranoid. Like, people are going after his badge.
Yeah.
Like, he just can't imagine.
Can't really see what's going on.
Because imagine if these were real people dressing up like clowns and killing people, and he's like, bunch of clowns. Yeah. They don't kill people. Really?
But you know, I actually think that his death scene where Deputy Hansen or whatever goes and finds him, where that big fat clown makes like a human puppet out of him, or like a human ventriloquist dummy.
What was his name? Godzilla? Or?
I don't know.
I don't remember his name.
I actually think
the main one.
I actually think that scene is genuinely creepy.
Clownzilla was his fucking name. I remember now.
I actually think that scene with Clownzilla, it's actually genuinely.
You're talking about the big fat one, right?
The one that makes the ventriloquist dummy out of
the cop.
Yeah.
The older sheriff.
Yeah.
Like, I actually think that scene's a little bit creepy. Like that and the scene in the jail cell.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same clown.
Yeah. I think it's the same clown.
I don't remember that one.
But it's, I don't know, I just imagine, because they mention how, like, the chief is not there. Like, the chief is out of town.
Yeah, for some reason he's on vacation.
For some reason he's on vacation or he's out of town. And,
or maybe he's one of the clowns already.
And John Vernon's character is in charge. And he's just going apeshit on, like, I'm just going to arrest everybody.
Yeah.
And I could just imagine, and, like, almost the entire town is calling and he doesn't answer the phones.
So who is his character? He's like the sergeant?
Sergeant Mooney.
Sergeant Mooney.
He's the one that's pretty much the cliche cop that doesn't believe the story of teenagers.
He doesn't believe anything. And I could just imagine the chief coming back and like, so let me get this straight. Almost the entire town was calling you to help them, and you did nothing.
Well, they're going after my badge.
Yeah, I was like, well, I thought they were just prank calling. Most of the town was calling, and he didn't do anything. Then the army offered to help, and you just turned the radio off. well, yeah. Like, I could just, like it's one of those cliche characters that I loved what happened to him in terms of becoming a ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah, that was creepy.
That was creepy, but I like that gag.
But in every like every 80s movie, isn't there always like that like bitter like sheriff or sergeant or like older guy that never believes the story or
like in The Blob,
like in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and well, he was in it.
Like in the original Blob, one of the deputies didn't believe him. Yeah,
but there's always the authority figures that don't believe. It's a trope of horror movies.
Yeah, it's a cliche.
But it's one of those things where
they're just teenagers all doing their
they're just pranking.
Yeah.
But it's one thing if you say, oh, there's this monster from outer space. Oh, okay, that's I think you're full of shit. But the fact that they say, oh, there's these clowns that are killing people, like that can happen.
Yeah.
That can actually happen. People can dress up like clowns. I mean, don't do it. But people dress up like clowns and kill people, and it's like, wow, that's bullshit.
I like I don't know. It's because the thing is, the Kyoto brothers knew what they were making. They weren't trying to make like a serious horror movie. Like they went into this
It's a comedy.
Yeah.
No, that's why they went
into it intentionally making a horror B movie.
Did you guys know I was reading the other day, I was doing some research on the cover. I'm sure you guys know, right? In the bottom it says, what does it say? Remember what it says?
The tagline?
Yeah, the tagline.
Like, no one can hear you ice cream or something like that.
No one can eat ice cream up here, but it's like a parody to Alien. Yeah.
But yeah. No,
in outer space, no one can hear you scream.
There you go. Yeah, that one.
But in Killer Klowns, it's...
In outer space, you can't eat ice cream.
Yeah.
Or something, something like that. But that's what's fun about the movie. It's like shit like that where I'm just like, oh, come on. But everything else I can buy. The weapons they use, like the fucking shadow puppets that the clown was doing.
Favorite
that one's
scene.
Like
I can buy all that.
Where he eats them, right? Or some shit.
Because doesn't he make he's making all these the shadow puppets get more and more intense, elaborate, and then all of a sudden it's this big T-Rex that actually has glowing red eyes.
Yeah,
and it just raw. It just eats all the.
Or like the little
boxer is
the little boxer clown. Yeah,
nobody has a name.
Or
I don't remember.
Do you guys remember the balloon animals?
The little dogs.
Yeah.
And they actually they would actually sniff out.
That was creepy.
The scene it's in the bathroom or something where those little tiny.
Yeah, the little popcorn like aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was creepy.
Yeah,
but it's just I don't know, it's hilarious.
But it's that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, I can accept.
Yeah,
this.
For the 80s, I think 88 it came out, right?
80, yeah.
I think it's perfect for the nostalgia about it. I mean, I still remember.
Yeah.
I still even make references. Oh, Killer Klowns from outer space, and, this and that, and compared to today's clowns that are big right now, like Pennywise and.
Any masks that come out in The Purge,
Yeah, Slipknot.
I've never met anyone that doesn't like this movie.
This movie, I mean, I'm not saying I hate it. It's one of the ones that, I don't know. It's just weird to explain. It's so bad. It's so good.
It's so dumb, but it's meant to be dumb.
Yeah. There you go.
And that's why with the cop thing, I was like, really, you can't buy into it.
This is a movie that I can see. It's in every fraternity house collection.
Yeah.
Every collection, every Blu-ray collection in every frat house in this country, they probably have Killer Klowns from outer space. Yeah,
or another thing, what was the name of the main cop? Not the main cop, the younger one. Hanson? Yeah, how he's arresting the boyfriend, and the boyfriend's like, oh, the ship was right there. And he's like, I don't see anything, even though there's a huge ass hole right there.
In the commentary, Stephen Kyoto makes fun of that.
He's really?
Yeah, because he's making fun of it because he's like, hey, you brought me all the way out here. It's actually funny to watch it with Stephen Kyoto's commentary.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
It's just as funny as just watching the movie.
I haven't seen it.
He's like, you brought me all the way out here. There's no spaceship. You tried to fool me.
Yeah.
But there's this huge hole.
Yeah.
And he never questions like where the hole came from.
Yeah, where that big ass pit came from. You know, so it's those couple of things where I'm just like, really, like.
But I actually like how it does follow the structure of like most of the '80s like teen horror movies, like because after a while, the cliche Scooby Gang forms. It's like it's Susan Snyder from Weird Science and Mike Tobacco. And then deputy, or I don't know, is it deputy or Officer Hanson? Because it's not the sheriff's department, it's police, right?
Yeah, it's police.
So Officer Hanson, and then they figure out after a while that you have to the weakness is the big clown nose that you have to shoot him. You have to shoot him in the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they have the two
and
wacky.
Explode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they have the two wacky ice cream salesmen or ice cream men, you know, and the funny thing is that.
And they're taking the girls out, right? Mm-hmm. They're going like out to the point in the ice cream truck.
Yeah, and then right when they're meeting Clownzilla, get out of the truck. Oh, we rented this shit.
Yeah.
It's like we don't want anything happening to it. And then just grabs it. Clownzilla just fucking grabs it and explodes. But I remember reading that originally Officer Hanson and the other two weren't gonna make it, but then. After, like with test audiences, they're like, no, bring them back because
they need it.
Yeah, just to kind of have a more uplifting ending.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, they escape using the car, even though they left the car outside. You know, the clown car.
Yeah.
It's like, how the fuck did that get into the ship again? No, like.
And then the ship is all intricate and shit.
Yeah.
I did like when the first time they went in, Debbie, right? What's the name of the?
Yeah. Susan Snyder from Weird Science.
She goes in and like you see all the cocoons, but I was like, God damn, how big is this city? Like, I don't think it's a big city, but they have a shitload of them, and I'm just like, that doesn't even include the ones they've already eaten, right? So I know you know what I mean?
And then they enter that one shaft in the ship that's like. It just looks like it's just this endless drop.
Yeah.
Like it makes me think of what is it? The Star Wars.
Stargate.
I don't know a lot about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, like Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And shit, like the.
And it's like, how did that fit in that circus tent? Like.
But they're aliens. So.
Yeah, it's something. It's something that I guess we wouldn't understand.
I like the way they designed the ship because it looks like out of Ronald McDonald's Nightmare. Where just like all the buttons are wacky and like all the elevator shafts are wacky.
Yeah.
You know, and then they have like the doors that get smaller.
Yeah.
You know, like just all these gags.
Everything like that is what I love about the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
even when the ship explodes at the end, when Clownzilla dies, and there's a bunch of fireworks. I remember I mentioned before, it's like, so whoever designed the ship is like, hey, if this thing ever blows up, like we'll give them a show.
Yeah. We're not going down without a show.
But it just seems like it's their nature, like to be clowns. Like they come from a planet where like the whole planet's just covered in clowns.
That would be creepy, right?
Yeah,
if you
like
go to that planet.
Like that's why at the very end, like after all the clowns die or supposedly die, like you just see the pies on the faces like that.
Yeah. That was my favorite part when I was a kid, though, when the first reveal of Clownzilla.
Oh yeah, he's really creepy looking.
That and the scene where the guy's driving on the country road, and the clown just comes up next to him floating like he's driving.
Oh yeah.
That part used to creep me out when I was a kid.
No, my two favorite parts are Sergeant Mooney becoming a ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah, that one's good.
That one's great. Because he played it so well. He played being a ventriloquist dummy well.
And then where the clown's like this outside, where he's imitating the...
Oh, yeah.
The, what do you call it? The advertisement outside the store?
Yeah.
Oh, is that when he's trying to lure the little girl with a big-ass mallet?
My favorite one is still the shadow puppet. That's my favorite one.
Well, that's kind of become like the iconic scene from the movie, right? The shadow puppet scene. Yeah. And that's the same... Is that the same scene where the boxer comes out and uppercuts the guy?
I think so.
I think so.
It was like around that time. It was like, what are you gonna do? Knock my block off?
Yeah.
That's another favorite scene of mine, and I love the way the security guard dies, getting pied to death with acidic pies, and he just melts, and it just looks like a fucking
I always thought
morbid ice cream sundae.
Yeah.
I always
and
thought
then
it
you
was
put the
cherry on top.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
I always thought that was homage to the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah,
the way
probably.
that he dies.
Yeah, and one thing I liked about this movie too is the music. I really like the score to it because it's 80s and it's gonna be synthesizer.
But I want that soundtrack, man. I wonder if they even released it, like the song in the middle when the killer clowns are first walking into town.
The march.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. I like the title song too.
Yeah.
And you guys know that some of the puppets used for the clowns are used in what's that movie with Ernest?
Ernest Scared Stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, is it that one? Yeah. I think Clownzilla is one of them, and I forgot the other one, but there's like 2 or 3 that they use.
I think from what I remember reading is that I think one of the Kyoto brothers was Clownzilla, because I think the puppet they had, like didn't want to work.
Yeah.
Or something like that, so I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get in the costume.
It was like Jaws, the shark isn't working.
Yeah.
Someone has to get in there.
Yeah.
But no, if you have not seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I highly recommend it.
Yeah,
it's a fun movie. Like it's a dumb B movie, but they're completely embracing that fact.
And I also like it because it's like short and to the point, and it's not like over, done like most movies are nowadays.
Yeah.
Where they have like more than 2 hours. That one was like I think a little bit less than 2 hours.
I think it was about like an hour and a half.
An hour and 30 minutes.
I'm not sure
I mean, that's when what I think, if it's an hour and 30 minutes and it's funny, it's entertaining, it has some horror aspect.
Yeah.
To it, all these things, and an hour and 30 minutes, and it's a good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like it, but it's one of those, like I said again, like.
You like this? You like this better than Teen Wolf?
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Fuck Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf's become the new House of the Dead.
Yeah.
Well, not to us, because we like Teen Wolf.
Do you prefer Teen Wolf or this one?
I think I prefer. That's hard.
Teen Wolf sucks. Sorry.
I
don't like Teen Wolf.
I think Teen Wolf is more of a time capsule, so it has a nostalgic value going on. With this one, yeah, there are some, there are 80s elements because it was obviously made in the 80s, but I think with this one it's a little more fun. I think this one it's a little more dumb, a little more fun.
They try not to make it serious like in Teen Wolf, right?
In Teen Wolf they kind of had fun with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Teen Wolf 2?
Oh no, that one.
I don't consider Teen Wolf a B movie. I consider this a B movie because I mean that's.
Teen Wolf for me is more like an F movie. Oh.
Because there's movies that have become B movies that weren't meant to be. Yeah. Like M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
But like this one, the Kyoto brothers set out to make a B movie, and I think that they succeeded. I think they got everything right. Like in terms of grading a B movie, I give this an A+.
Yeah, I
give this one that. I'll probably just give it an A too. Like
I give it an A- to an A.
Like grading it as an actual movie, I would honestly give it like a B+. Like I enjoy watching this. Like I can watch this movie by myself, or I can watch it in a group, and I think that's like, and it's just as fun either way.
Yeah,
I think for me, like I said, I would give this movie an A- to an A. I think I could probably watch Killer Clowns more times than I could Teen Wolf.
There you go.
I think Teen Wolf I still like it. I still love the nostalgia factor of it. But I think with this one I can watch multiple times in a short amount of time. Yeah. Teen Wolf I can watch once in a while and I'll be like, okay.
I don't know why, before we started doing this, I kept on thinking of John Leguizamo in that other movie.
Oh, Spawn?
Yeah, I don't know why. I was like, he's not in this movie.
You see, this movie was meant to be dumb. Spawn tried to be awesome, and it was just dumb.
They should have put him in this movie.
One of the things, because it's interesting that you brought that up, Worm Boy, because like I think one of the things that makes the killer clowns creepy is the fact that they have no dialogue, that they don't talk. Like, so there's a mystique to them.
It's just a weird ass laughter.
Yeah, even though it is a B movie, and that laugh.
Yeah.
Like,
and maybe that's how they communicate, right? Through the laughs. And we don't really know. But I don't know if there's part 2 or I don't know.
No, there's no.
Or part 3 in the works.
I know that the Kyoto brothers wanted to make a sequel of it for years. And then at some point they were thinking of making a TV series out of it.
They should make another film called like Killer Klowns in Space. Like now it's there where they're living in their planet.
And some people get stranded there. That would be scary.
To actually see all the other guys like, on their home planet. Oh god.
That'd be awesome. Jason X, and then who else?
I can picture.
This is no look. No. This is Worm Boy's pitch movie.
Jason X. Yeah.
Jason X.
Merge the Friday the 13th and Killer Clowns universe.
And then he gets contaminated. He gets pissed, and he starts killing them left and right.
I can picture.
Get a
the
script
clowns
going.
trying to. Yeah, I can trying to make a cocoon out of him. And you see this huge, because fucking Kane Hodder. Like you see this huge ass cocoon with the fucking Jason mask sticking out, and then he just breaks out of it.
Yeah.
Before they manage to suck him dry.
They don't realize he's not human, and then they're just looking like, what?
What the fuck? Did we piss off the wrong human, or?
And they'll start laughing, but
laughing.
Sorry.
I said texting and laughing, or what?
Yeah, that laughing, but that nervous laughter.
It's just tired.
No,
it's been a long day. Yeah.
Yeah, got Killer Clowns.
I'm not drunk, just tired.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I highly recommend it.
Yeah,
it's awesome. It's just, I don't know. If you haven't seen it, then you need to watch it. And if you have already seen it, then you already know about
watch it again.
You already know about all the glory that we're talking about.
Yeah, and just imagine Jason Voorhees in space with Killer Clowns. That would be interesting.
If it comes out,
that's Worm Boy's pitch.
I'm gonna get a credit for that shit.
That's Worm Boy's pitch for.
It's probably gonna come out when I'm like 80. Like, fuck you! I told you.
You're gonna be like, I want a quarter every time somebody mentions it.
Yeah.
So that's our review of Killer Clowns from Outer Space by the Dudes of Horror. I'm Damien.
I'm Toots.
And Worm Boy.
All right. See ya.